Alright, yo, I know y'all ain't mad. I'm not mad. More John Bellion. Roll it. All you John Bellion fans, y'all can go ahead and just thank the Patreon subscribers for this non-stop flow of John Bellion. Right now we got Hunter Garnhart. I think I pronounced that right. Hunter, my guy, I appreciate, and everybody out there who's a John Bellion fan, appreciate your request. I love getting into some John because I never know what I'm gonna get. Am I gonna get raps? Am I gonna get something that has crazy production behind it? Am I gonna get something light and airy? Am I gonna get something kind of God-centric? You know, he's all over the place, but he does it all so well. So I'm excited to get into this track. Anybody else that potentially wants to become a Patreon member and support the channel, I do this full time strictly because of Patreon. So if y'all want to get in on that action and say you have a hand in making sure that the channel becomes the potential that it could become, then consider joining over on Patreon. But other than that, follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Most importantly, hit up the Twitch. The Twitch is on and popping right now, son. And I love streaming over on Twitch. You can also actually support over there if you want to show support to the stream. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, enough talking. We got John Bellion, Waves of Loneliness. Let's get it.
It's so empty right where your head sleeps. And she's...
All right, so obviously already right out of the gate, whoever we're talking about in the song is gone. It's so empty right where your head sleeps. I don't know if it's breakup or I don't know if it's death, but I wanted to point out the fact that the entire song started with like the rewind sound, like we're going back in time, because that's what memories are. We're obviously talking about someone who's no longer present in right now. So every time we think of them, we're going back in the same way that the song started with the rewind.
And she said, I still smell your cologne in my bed sheets. So I said, I'm just texting you to see how you're holding on. Then she said, some days I'm okay, but when I'm alone it hurts because the loneliness comes in waves.
Yo, I just said this, I don't know I don't know if I'm doing them in sequential order when I'm releasing them, but on the track that I just recorded before this one, All Time Low, I literally just said how like the production of John Bellion is like on his own original music, not like the things that he's writing for somebody else. It sounds so light and bright and airy, and it just has like this such a unique sound, the way that he uses a lot of staccato and like in his production, but the sound is completely opposite side of what you would expect from the lyrics. The lyrics were obviously, I don't know if we're talking about people who broke up, but they still stay connected just in like in short bursts. Like, hey, I'm just seeing how you're holding on because I'm not really holding on that well on my side. I just want to see how you're doing because of the situation that the breakup brought upon us, you know, like at some days it's harder than others because when I'm alone, it hurts because the loneliness comes in waves. And that's what it feels like. Like some days you're okay. Some days you're indifferent. Some days you're mad. Some days you're angry. Some days you're sad. Some days you're depressed. Some days you just feel dead. Some days you're happy. It's just like, it's a cyclical thing. You feel all right, and then you start thinking about it, and then you come down, and then you get sad, and you get angry at whatever the situation is, and then bam, comes in waves, up and down. It's dope, yo. It's sad, it's melancholic, but the production doesn't match, and that's what makes it so John Bellion, you know what I'm saying?
Some days I'm okay, but when I'm alone it hurts because the loneliness comes in waves.
And I like right there that the production didn't like crash in, like literally like a wave crash. Like you would have expected the production to drop in right there whenever he takes out all the instrumentation when he says loneliness comes in, and then it doesn't drop. But the loneliness comes in has the deeper pitch down vocals underneath it, and you can barely hear it. You might not even be able to hear it if you don't have good headphones, but it's dope. Like you can hear it right here.
The loneliness comes in waves.
Fire, bro.
The loneliness comes in waves.
And then the way he makes the production match, like the production literally sounds like a wave, like a da-da-da-da-da-da, and then it goes back to quiet, and da-da-da-da-da, like literally like the wave is just coming in and out, in and out. Clean, son.
When did love letters get lost in translation?
Yo, I love this production, son, and we didn't even get a drop. We just went into verse number 2. But like the production is progressing and building as the song goes up. But that was a dope line. When did love letters get lost in translation? That's fire.
When did love letters get lost in translation? Translation. I heard you took the train from Penn Station. So
I don't know why, but I'm getting serious love lockdown vibes right now. I'm in love with you, but the vibe was wrong, and it haunted me all the way home. So you never know, never know. It's obviously not as dark as Love Lockdown, but it's a lot brighter, but it has that same like faster pace. Doom 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 doom. You know what I'm saying?
So I said, I'm just texting you to see how you're holding on.
Where do you even find that thing floating around in the background? Where do you find that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know, like, oh, this is the fake sound that no one's ever heard before, but this is what I need, and let me go create it. Imagine how long it takes to find a sound.
You're holding on. And she said some days I'm okay, but when I'm alone it hurts because the loneliness comes in.
Ooh. Bro, that sound like 80s video game pitched up, falling down. It sounds like Galaga. Bruh, that was clean. And it's just like the buildup the progression of the production. Like I still feel like it hasn't come in fully yet. Like I'm still waiting for it to come in. So it's just building all this tension.
But the loneliness comes in. Comes in.
Bro. That little like floating in between your ears. It sounds like I'm being abducted by aliens who have nothing but bangers on their playlist.
The loneliness comes in.
It's just all the little moments. I know I'm pausing a lot right here, but it's just all the little moments that make the production stand out. Like right there, right before the loneliness, like it did, like in the background, bro. And I know that it's been doing it, but for some reason it's standing out right here. Maybe because those sounds that are floating around are making me pay attention more. Sounds crazy good.
Comes in.
That cascading note. That cascading note is fire.
Comes in.
It's just the concept of the song. Loneliness comes in waves, and everything sounds like waves crashing. And then it's fire, bro. This is something that only like a singer-songwriter could do, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like singers and rappers, like they can write a song or like specifically for rappers, like they have to pick a beat and then they have to vibe with the beat and then they do their thing on top of it. But when you're a singer-songwriter, you write that shit at the same time. So you know the vibe that you're going for because of the lyrics you wrote, and you just piece it together, and then that's when it comes out sounding like this, you know?
I have to tape my mouth. I want to ask you questions. Like, do you sleep alone? I heard there's friends you rest with.
Oh.
So I text a friend, like, tell me where this man's at. She said, you got some balls. You don't deserve to ask that.
Yo, this got some serious hotline bling type vibes right now. All I do is wonder if you're bending over backwards for someone else. Wonder if you rolling up a backwards for someone else. Doing things I taught you, getting nasty for someone else. You don't need no one else. You don't need nobody else. No.
She said, you got some balls.
You don't deserve to ask that, bitch.
Oh no, they gotta be lying. I'm dying to know, but I know you're not mine, so I can't say shit.
That's the hardest part, bruh. Like, I want to get mad at you so bad, but I can't. But I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I'm just texting you to see how you're holding on. Then she said some days I'm okay, but when I'm alone it hurts because the loneliness comes in. Ooh, that auto-tune, bro. That auto-tune right there is crazy. But yo, just the sentiment. He's like, I want to tell you all this shit. I want to get mad at you so bad, but I can't because we're no longer together. So I just passively aggressive be like, yo, how you holding up? And she probably thinking the same shit too. Like she wants to tell him all this, but she can't because they can't get that tight anymore. They can't get that close because of now they're distant. They're broken apart. So he doesn't deserve to know these intimate personal things anymore because he's not in that position. But he still cares enough about her to at least ask, yo, how you holding up? How you holding up? Who you been with? I've been stalking you on the gram and you're hanging with some girls I never seen before. Bro, this is so fire, this moment right here. This moment in the production. Back to another Kanye West song. This moment in the production reminds me of the moment in Runaway whenever he's just like into the auto-tune but using his voice as an instrument. It's such a dope vocal effect.
Loneliness comes in waves.
Fire, bruh. Song is crazy good. And then now we have the waves crashing. Oh, I wonder if the waves crashing at the end was what was at the beginning, but reversed. You know what I'm saying? That was hella dope. Again, like it's classic John song. Like this is exactly what I expect from him whenever, I mean, it's not what I expect because it's unexpected, but it should be what I expect from John because he normally puts these type of vulnerable type of songs with not vulnerable production behind it. That was very electronic. That was very pop. It was very fast paced. The drums were fast paced. The percussion, the lyrics just didn't match. It didn't match, but because they're so opposite ends, they work perfectly together. You know what I'm saying? Fire, yo. Who requested this one? I already forgot. It was Lockhart, Earnhart, Gardenhart, Hunter Garnhart. Yo, Hunter. That was a dope ass track, son. Back in 2016, I'm vibing with this. That was a dope John request. But yo, that brings us to the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you see, please consider liking the video, leaving a comment down below. If you like what you see enough, please consider subscribing. These longer commentary breakdowns, like commentary pieces that we do around here, that's the way we do our reactions around here. So if that's your vibe, hit the subscribe button. If you're a John Bellion fan, hit the subscribe button. We got plenty more of him to come. And if you're someone who wants to potentially support the channel in the same way that Hunter here did, and any past reactor and any past reaction that was a Patreon request, consider joining Patreon. It's the only way that I get paid. It's how I sustain my life. It's how I sustain doing this on YouTube full time. So if you're willing to like support me and the potential that the channel has to be, consider joining Patreon or supporting the Twitch. If you would rather support the Twitch, by all means do it over there as well. I love streaming and it's something that's newer. It's not the same vibe as YouTube, but it's a tighter community over there because it's live. So if you want to support the Twitch, by all means feel free to do so. But other than that, follow all the socials. All these links are in the description below. Hit up the Discord linked in the description below. But that brings us to the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. And like I always say at the very end, go out there in the world, love and care for one another, love and care for each other. And I'll catch everybody on the next video. Peace.